Check, 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 check. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are here. Saucy and Friends in the morning. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowing. Hot sizzling sauce in the building or inside, outside, all the way around.
Inside.
Is that a song too?
That's a soca song,
Yes, I remember all them nice songs there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody checking in. Everybody starting to trickle into the room here. Everybody paying attention. Everybody taking a little look-see around. Everybody getting their morning coffee, all the things. Let me go ahead and give it a share myself. While you guys give it a share yourself. Let me see. Where is the show? Spark FM Online. I am watching it with my crew. We are live. Let's discuss the things.
I got things on my mind today.
Tell us.
Every time you wear your clothes, does that mean that they dirty?
No, it depends on what you do with the clothes at that point. So if I put it on and I just run to your house and come back, it's not dirty. I would definitely put it in the hamper.
Yeah.
But it's not dirty.
What do you think about that, Triz?
What is it?
Every time you wear your clothes, does that make it dirty?
No.
No. So things like my jeans.
No, jeans never get dirty. Yeah.
Jeans never get
Jeans get dirty after like the 15th wash.
Yeah.
Wear, yeah.
If it's light jeans, you definitely gotta wear
light
wash
jeans.
them.
You do, right?
Or if you obviously spill something on them and you can see it, they're dirty.
But if they're like black jeans and they're like dyed jeans, then you can't really wash those jeans too much.
That's true, because then they fade.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I think that dirt, because I be having a mad laundry. And I'm like, why do I have so much laundry? And that's because every time you wear something, you throw it in the hamper.
But you know what they got now? They also got, if your jeans do fade away, you could put them, you could buy the dye and you can re-dye them.
I've seen that before. I've seen people do that.
I'm going to start doing that because I've thrown away some nice jeans.
I would never throw them away.
Well,
they still fit,
away, but I give them, I pass them down.
I know. I got mad jeans. I'm like, why do I have so many jeans? I got mad jeans. Another question that I have is, do you gotta be a jerk to drive a garbage truck? Why do garbage trucks block off the whole damn street
today
instead of pulling over?
Today, I think the garbage truck did like a 4-point turn on the side street on Wells, I think it was. And that was, what's the one that we go? Wells, and then you go down this way. It was like, it was crazy to watch this garbage truck be sideways in the street. Like, why are you sideways?
But that's what the garbage truck today did. We were on, it's a one-way side street, and I'm coming up this way, and this is the truck that the street that the garbage truck is on.
Yeah.
And the garbage truck was diagonal in that street. And it was like, you know that you could have just pulled over, and then we could have went around you while you collect the garbage, but you were diagonal the street. They held up like 10 cars.
I notice that all the time. Why y'all can't just pull over onto the side?
Right.
Why do you have to be in the middle of the street? Like, you don't see all the cars there?
Right.
You don't want to move?
Right.
Yeah.
And then another question I have is like, what is it that I don't like? Subaru cars or the Subaru car drivers? Because what is the problem here? Can Subarus not go fast?
What's wrong with Subaru?
Or can you, or are you just a jackass driving it?
Subarus are
They're from the Outback.
Very hard.
They're from the Outback.
What is the problem with them? Because I know that Subaru has like the WRX, which is like their race car, right? So that car can go fast. Like, I've seen Subarus go fast. But why is it that you Subaru drivers like to drive at 16 miles per hour?
That's stupid miles per hour.
Subaru drivers typically tend to be a little older. You know.
Not really. I see young people driving Subarus all the time with like their 2 hands on the wheel, and you know they just came from like REI and bought some new hiking boots or something like that.
Not
Eating
REI.
some friggin' trail mix. The fuck out the way. Move to the side. If you ain't got nowhere to go, why is you driving in front of me? I've got more questions. As we progress with the show, I'll have more and more questions. But those are the 3 that were heavily on my mind this morning. That's where.
As we proceed to give you what you need.
You know what grinds my gears.
We should do a segment of what grinds my gears every morning. What grinds my gears?
Things grind my gears.
Traffic. Traffic.
Yeah.
Today, when I started, because I've been dropping CK to school in Jamaica Plain, so I got to go through Forest Hills to come back this way. I was at the top of, like, at the beginning of Forest Hills, and I can see down, and I said, oh, wow. Wow, we not moving.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Well, that's the thing now. Now, you know, like the River Street Bridge remains closed. We haven't complained about it because everybody knows. But supposedly some progress is going to be happening soon, right? They're going to do something. I don't know.
Something.
But now when we have to go down West Street and turn down that side street, I forget the name of the side street now. The GRU school is at the end of that street. So now the traffic is all the way. The GRU is the name of the school. And so now there's traffic all the way up that side street. So when you finally get to the end of that side street, then you have to contend with the school buses that are dropping off the kids at the GRU. So now we, instead of going to the left, what we usually do to get to River Street, now we've got to go to the right and go through the back and da-da-da-da-da. So it's just been like, you know.
That's another thing about school buses. When I see a school bus about to slow down, I speed up just a tad bit so I can get beyond that stop.
Oh, girl.
When that
when the yellow light starts flashing, you got to speed past. hit the sport button and get by them real quick because that is frustrating.
Y'all, that's dangerous.
And then you gotta watch people go mad slow and want to have a conversation with the bus.
The parents want to go all the way into the bus.
You know what is a fact though? In Boston, what I realized is that the majority, 95% of the times, is traffic. It don't mean nothing going on.
Nothing is happening.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Nothing. Because all of a sudden you get past the traffic and you're like, what was that? Yeah. It's
literally.
It's a Subaru or a Prius.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you. That's what it is.
Prius.
Or a Prius.
Or people on their phones. I'm always finding people on their phone. Whenever somebody's in front of me driving stupid,
you can tell because
slow,
they right here like this.
Like, what are you doing?
The phone be mad high too. Like
when people are driving slow and stupid these days, I kind of just be like, "You high, ain't you? You must be high."
Don't you put that on?
I be high all the time, and
Don't you put that on high people?
I'm a swift high driver.
You are.
Yes.
You are indeed.
Swift.
Indeed.
I am swift. Shout out to Uncle Richard. Uncle Richard celebrated his birthday last night, so that was dope. That's my godfather. And that was a wonderful evening. We had so much, surrounded by family and friends.
Yes, we went to Amelia's in Stoughton.
I haven't been to Amelia's since,
Since it was Albert's.
No, remember when Hot 97 used to have
XOXO.
Yeah, we used to have events up there all the time.
You had a birthday party there.
I did.
What's Amelia's? I know that. What is it?
It's a restaurant. It's a steakhouse in Stoughton.
I did. Yep.
Italian steakhouse out there in Stoughton.
Oh, it's fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy.
It is fancy.
It is. Pasta.
The family got dressed up last night, and we went out there to celebrate his birthday. We had a little private room with a little music.
I was not a fan of the Amelia's.
Yeah,
but that's because I had something I didn't know what it was.
Oh, what'd you get? That's why I have to keep on.
Y'all can't don't bring me to no fancy place now.
You can go to a fancy place as long as she is there with you.
Okay.
Because then you can say, what's this? And then she'll be like, it's a something. When she don't know, she'll just make it up. But for the most part, between her and Son, like any restaurant, no matter what's on the menu, they will kind of be able to tell you exactly what it is. Wow. It's a little puree reduction with a little fig Newton on the top.
Last time I was at Amelia's, I ordered something. When that thing came to me, I was like, oh.
Oh, really? The things that were ordered last night were actually pretty good. Those lamb chops were delicious.
Well, it was nothing. Delicious. It was just I didn't know what I was ordering. I don't know. It was a something.
You got to know what you got. I got a lump crab cake with a fine 5-ounce filet mignon. It was very nice. And I had a little roasted pepper and gargonzola gnocchi. Accompaniment.
So Amelia's is like Stoughton, borderline Canton. Okay, yeah, the same place.
Mm-hmm. Very nice little place. Very nice. And
they also told me I smelled like weed. They asked me to go outside and fan myself off for a little bit.
Well, damn. They did. How much weed did you smell like?
I just finished smoking in the car.
Oh, that's rude. You were like, weed is legal. Shoot, do you know how much I paid for this scent?
They had to pull me outside. She said, could you meet me outside, please? I said, okay, so this is weird. when she came outside, she said, you smell a little bit like weed. Could you just fan yourself off a little bit and then come back inside? I said, no problem. My bad.
Oh, wow.
I felt the type of way because we was like the only black people in the restaurant and stuff.
I know there were a lot of black people there, and I was like, okay, black people.
I didn't see not one other person in there.
Oh, because your back was to the window. I was staring out the window the whole time. There was like, a lot of black people.
We bought out the restaurant because there ain't anybody else in it.
But yeah, it was a very nice experience. That was nice. I liked it. I was so full off of my food, off of my appetizers. I didn't even eat the food though. Girl, start the show.
Start the show. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends starts right now.
Listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. The People Station. What is that? Spark FM.
Yerp. All right, today is hump day. It is Wednesday. Mike, where you at? What is today, Mike? Nice. Wisdom Wednesday. It is Wisdom Wednesday. We are going to get wise.
Wisdom and whatless.
Yes. Wisdom and whatless. That's
Wisdom
nice.
and whatless and WTF
that sounds like a good
Wellness
podcast.
Wednesday.
Wisdom and whatless wisdom.
Whatless wisdom. I like that. I like that.
that.
Speaking of, we will be talking to Carlos Enriquez later on today about the results of last night's election. We got some surprises in there, some breaking news. So we'll get into that a little bit later.
Oh, there's all kind of the news is newsing today.
The news is newsing today, and then around 10:30. We will be speaking to another special guest that will be here this weekend. I'm really excited for this. An old school. We got Nadine Sutherland calling in.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, she'll be calling in, and she will be at the Caribbean Rum and Food Festival this weekend, the 16th.
This weekend too?
This is Saturday.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
This is Saturday.
Wow.
Saturday, however, is we got to be very careful about Saturday.
Yes.
The weather is weathering pretty heavy.
Damn, really?
Let's get into that. So there's a flood watch today until 9:30 a.m. It is going to rain today at most of the points, starting around 1 o'clock. It's going to rain. We're going to have a high thunderstorms, gusty winds, and small hail. Small hail are possible
Big
today.
hail. Big hail.
We're gonna be high in 75 degrees. Winds in the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the chance of rain is 80%. So it's gonna. What did you say? It's supposed to rain the whole week?
Yeah, this whole week is supposed to rain.
And
what is today's date? Today's
the 13th.
Okay.
We should start officially feeling the effects from the hurricane probably about the late Thursday night into about early late Saturday night.
So yeah, I believe that this is gonna really affect a lot of Saturday plans, and there's a lot going on this weekend that I'm a little bit nervous about. I'm a tad bit nervous.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I think I don't want to speak too early, but yeah.
So what is going on is that we do have the food and rum fest going down at the Roxbury Community Center in over there by RCC.
And
that's in the parking
usually
lot.
the same day as the Smoke Fest?
It is Hemp Fest this weekend as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, this weekend is really crazy.
Yeah, this weekend is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Wow.
Everything going on.
Me and Sauce and Pastor Troy went to the Rum and Food and got rummed up. Then we went down to the Hemp Fest and finished.
And got
hemped up.
Yes.
It was a good day.
That was a delightful
That
day.
was a wonderful, wonderful day.
I think we had to switch drivers at every red light.
Terrible.
I know I rode home with my feet out the window.
It is also Healthy Vibes with D Nice going down at Mother's Set at Carson Beach. This is a free event for anybody who is trying to get healthy, get some things checked out, get your blood pressure checked, get some healthy resources. Our very own DJ Live will be opening for D Nice.
Wow.
Alongside Miss T Lawson. So we will be outside all weekend. I would just bring some type of umbrella,
Let me
poncho.
find my galoshes.
A poncho. I'm going to have to go buy some galoshes, some rain boot.
My wellies.
What is galoshes?
Rain boots. Rain boots.
They used to rap about those back in the day.
Back in the day when I was
don't know, but
young.
somebody said something about
They
some
had some cute ones at the job lot the other day. I'm about to go back and get them. It was cute.
The job lot.
What up,
We was at
Live?
the
Good
job lot
morning.
the other day. They were expensive ones too. They were Jolie's, and they had them on sale. Let me not say too much for y'all. Go out there and buy them all. And I ain't gonna.
I am.
I think Jay-Z spoke about some galoshes.
Probably. Computer, what the fuck?
You still uploading? I mean, you still downloading?
What are you doing?
Rebooting, whatever it is. Yeah.
It's hard.
Let's get into the show so we can tell you guys about all the things that's going on. Aside from all the fun things that's going. That sucks.
What?
It's a good weekend.
It is.
For it to be nasty weathered.
I'll go to it. I don't care. The Rum and Food Fest is under the thing, so
Under the
that's
bridge,
not going to be
yeah.
affected by that.
No, it's going to be affected. We get
Because the thing is going to rain
gonna
is
be
going
a
to come in like
hurricane.
this.
So Thursday is going to be a high of 76, sunny, shiny as of now. Friday is going to be a high of 68. I don't know how high that is. That sounds like sweatpants weather. And then
Ooh.
Saturday, there is an 80% chance of rain at 65 being our high.
Damn.
That sounds like you would be inside the house under a blanket. or
Wrapped
something.
up.
And then Sunday, it's back to 77 degrees and a sunshiny day. That's
Here goes
terrible.
our news update.
Eric, back into the conversation now.
Tristan and his
Weather,
YouTube.
the big story around here. Eric, you
This
talked
is our
about
first
just
story.
the heaviness, the dampness in the atmosphere. That can't break soon enough. I mean, this is such a combustible situation again.
We're on a record stretch of humidity for the month of September. I mean, it feels like we never even crossed over into a new month. I'd say the only day that's felt like September this month was the first day. And ever since then, we've had humidity and warmth and just downpours, more scattered storms and downpours tomorrow, especially as we head toward midday, the afternoon, and into the evening. And again, the risk, some localized flash flooding. And again, the flood watch is out. Just been a rough stretch all summer. It seems like every time it rains, the atmosphere coughs up several inches of rainfall, and tomorrow another day where that might be possible. Since June 1st, Conway, 34.5 inches of rainfall, about 30 in Andover, in Amesbury, in Fitchburg. You can see why when we get rain now, we see such destructive flooding. I mean, water table is up, and there's not many places for that water to go. So tomorrow
Damn.
we're
You
watching
see the
that
video that
again.
was playing in the background?
That front is out
Yeah.
across New York State and Pennsylvania. Ahead of it, it's soupy, high humidity. Those dew points still way up there. They'll still be way up there tomorrow. That keeps our temperatures tonight in the 60s. Some areas of low clouds and fog will be filling in as the night goes on. Should be a dry start to the day tomorrow during the morning, but by midday,
long
the
is
showers
this?
and downpours starting to
No,
roll
it's
into the
time to
region.
cut it off.
They'll be moving a little
He
faster. than
ain't
what we
said
saw
nothing
yesterday.
good.
That's in the battle yet.
There
you
The
go.
western end of this is bad news. If it takes
He's made it sound so tragic. Like, this is just goddamn awful. Downright terrible.
If it's on the eastern end, this is a wave, a surf, and some coastal hazards type of issue.
Look how close to Boston it
story,
is, though,
but it's
the
not
red
gonna be a
part.
big
So
issue
that's not even.
region-wide.
So
And
this
both
is
are
one of the
equally
trajectories. It
possible
has a
still
few
as we
different
stand here tonight.
trajectories. Where
One of
one
the
of them is.
interesting
A
things
few of them are
about
getting close to here. This is a different one. You have the European trajectory, and this is the American trajectory.
Because we're inland, so much inland in the hood. Is it?
We're not inland at all.
We're not inland at all.
We are like on 2
We're
miles
outland?
inland. We're not set inland at all.
We are outland. we are at the rim, okay, honey. That's terrible. I'm not excited about it. A man walked into an FBI office and admitted, what did he admit to? To killing a woman more than 4 decades ago in Boston. That was sitting on him that whole time, huh? Authorities say they were able to solve a Boston cold case. You didn't solve a damn thing. The cold case from 44 years ago after an Oregon man walked into an FBI office and confessed to killing and raping a woman. So how did authorities solve the case? I came in and I solved it for you. Unless I came in, you wasn't going to solve a damn thing. That's not right.
You can't just downplay the people.
No, that's not right. They didn't solve it. John Michael Ermer, 68, was arraigned in Boston courtroom Monday and charged with murdering 24-year-old Susan Marcia Rose on October 30th, 1979. In August, Irma walked into a Portland FBI field office where he revealed to agents he met a woman with red hair at a Boston skating rink around the time of Halloween 1979 and killed her. Just so? Wow. Irma said they walked into 285 Beacon Street, a building under renovation at the time, grabbed a hammer and hit the woman on the head, killing her. He told FBI agents he raped her after she had died.
Oh, no. What? Whoa,
after the admission. What? What is the questions that you have? Bro.
My.
You just have, it's heavy like that you just gonna walk in there and say you did all of that? That's terrible. That's terrible you did that. After the admission, authorities were able to confirm Rose, who had red hair, was found murdered on Beacon Street, a historic thoroughfare near the heart of the city, the DA's office said. Her cause of death was ruled to be multiple blunt injuries to the head with fractures of the skull and lacerations of the brain. The DA's office said investigators were able to match a DNA sample from Irma with samples collected from the murder case. Another man was tried and found not guilty of Rose's murder in 1981. The press release stated no information was immediately available. During Monday's arraignment, Assistant District Attorney John Verner said that while Irma was confessing to Rose's murder, he also admitted to committing another murder in a southern state. He's probably ready to kill himself, huh? That's crazy. You want to play that clip? All right. Because that is... wild.
This is tragic.
This is a very terrible, terrible story.
All right, here's the clip. Oh, got a little.
Oh, are they not going to say words?
Well, they're not gonna say words.
Oh, wow.
Nobody got time to be reading
We
this,
read
y'all.
it ourselves. John Irma, who's now 68. Yeah, so during Monday's arraignment, So nearly 44 years after losing her at such a young age, the family and friends of Susan Marcia Rose will finally have some answers. This was a brutal, ice-blooded murder made worse by the fact that a person was charged and tried and unfortunately found not guilty, while the real murderer remains silent until now. No matter how cold cases get resolved, it's always the answers that are important for those who have lived with grief and loss and so many agonizing questions. Wow. Because that's effed up. That's messed up.
Yeah.
That put him away. We shouldn't even know about it. They should have just opened the jailhouse, lifted it up, and just kind of put him right under it. Yeah. Gone down there and sit down in the dark. Think about it some more. You in jail now. The fact that he was out here just living life, and then when he was too old to wipe himself, he confesses. That's another thing. Now you want to go to jail and get 3 square meals a day and have somebody take care of you in an infirmary and all kind of stuff. No. Stay your ass next to the jail. With no help, with no support. You just sit outside in a little tin hut in the heat and bake.
Remember they used to do the little hot boxes that they used to put the slaves in?
Yes.
Yeah, they should do that to him.
They should do that to him.
What's the box from the movie?
From Django.
It's a TV show.
It was on Django Unchained.
Did y'all watch from? Oh, y'all didn't watch. Oh.
No. On Django, they had put the girl down there in the hot box.
I got a new show that's out called The Changeling on Apple TV.
The box, also known as a hot box or sweat box, is a method of solitary confinement used in humid and arid regions as a method of punishment. That's the problem. They don't do any of these good things no more.
What's good things?
Hot box, sweat box.
You better stop.
That's the thing.
Ain't nothing good about that.
If you're gonna bash somebody on the head multiple times and then rape her murdered body, you deserve to be tortured a little bit.
Wait,
in a
will you
sweat
say
box.
he raped her murdered body?
Yes. You didn't hear that part?
Yeah, you didn't hear
after he hammered her in the head, then he raped her dead body.
Yes.
Somebody needs to rape him with a dead body.
Changeling's lit. I just saw the other movie too. I just saw this other movie. Talk to Me. That's crazy.
That's Jamie Foxx too?
Holy crap.
Jamie
No.
Foxx?
Talk to Me is about. It's a scary movie.
I'm not gonna. Don't tell me.
Get out of here.
I don't even need to know about it.
You hold a hand. You hold his hand, and then the person that's holding it, they say "Talk to me," and then they turn into the dead person. about the dead person in front of them, and they say, "Let me in," and then the dead person come inside them.
I'm never gonna say those things.
Why? Who came up with that? And why?
Why would I say it? Now, why would I say it? Why would I be in the movie and acting out this movie and be like, I'm gonna hold this dead person's hands and say, "Talk to me"?
They say it because when they say it, it's like a rush. It's like a drug rush, so they get addicted to it.
See, this is the problem with addiction.
Yes.
That is bullshit.
It's like, I agree.
The problem with addiction is that it's bullshit.
Yes, it is. It is bullshit. I'm all set with addiction.
I don't want it. I'm not a fan of addiction.
Not at all.
A GoFundMe started for Dorchester nurse who was struck by lightning. Oh.
How's she doing?
Let's see. All right. Yes.
Waiting for the. It doesn't look like that's there.
Okay.
Is
So Talitha Textera Padilla. She was the young lady, identified her as the Dorchester woman who was struck by lightning at Savin Hill Beach. Oh, poor thing.
What she was doing out there, Padilla? Ain't you Spanish in the rain? You supposed to be inside. We know that.
Why? Because they would melt?
I don't know. It's dangerous.
A travel nurse is in critical condition, but living an incredible miracle after she survived being struck by lightning on a Boston beach Saturday, according to her family. Talita Textera Padilla's cousin identified her as a 31-year-old Dorchester woman struck by lightning while walking her dog along the boardwalk at Savin Hill Beach. She was walking his dog. Textera Padilla was thrown onto the beach and was unresponsive following the blast, and Massachusetts State Police said witnesses called 911 and performed CPR. She was rushed to Boston Medical Center in critical condition. Textera Padilla has been spending some months with her husband in Boston, both working as traveling nurse. That's so sad. Textera said her cousin is showing amazing progress that is only possible through the goodness of God, according to the fundraiser. She is living an incredible miracle of being alive and showing progress. However, the process is going to be difficult as we don't know how long she will be in the hospital and how long the recovery will be. The fundraiser had collected nearly $26,000 by mid-afternoon on Thursday. State police said Textera Padilla's dog, Bruce, was scared off by the lightning and ran away. Through the agency later confirmed that they had found the dog.
Oh, they found him. Oh, good.
So another thing with this too is that I honestly feel like this is where healthcare kind of sucks, because I don't believe that I should have to raise this amount of money for somebody who was struck down by a natural cause. Can't the hospital just cover that one?
This is true.
Like, why I gotta pay for it? Like, I know I'm in the hospital and I'm taking a room and stuff, but this wasn't my fault. Mm-hmm. This was not my fault. The lightning struck me. I think that some things should be just taken care of by hospital life.
Yeah.
Like, lightning strike, it's rare. The bill's on us because, that's the bill. She's so pretty.
She is. Poor thing. I feel so they found the dog because I think that they when we first heard this story, they didn't know where the dog was. Mm-hmm. So I'm really glad that they found that dog, and I hope that she recovers. It doesn't mention what her injuries were.
No, they just said that she's fighting for. Is she living America?
Oh, Jesus.
She is living America. We're gonna get that one later when Carlos calls. There was a victim shot outside the Jeremiah Burke High School, and he sues Boston and school district for negligence. The lawsuit alleges that metal detectors at Burke should have stopped a gun from entering the school, but didn't. Wait, they had metal detectors and it didn't stop them?
I can't even go through the airport with my wig clip and they gonna stop. The metal detectors not gonna stop the children from coming in with guns. Come on now.
This is an older shooting, by the way.
Yes.
The family of a teen who was shot in the stomach last year at his school, Jeremiah Burke High School in Dorchester, is suing the city of Boston and the school district for negligence and emotional distress. The plaintiffs, which include the teen boy, his mother, and her other two children, were also shot at but not hit. The hell?
What they was all doing in the school?
And why everybody was shooting at them? What they had? What's wrong? Oh, yeah. Argued that the school failed to enforce safety protocols and therefore allowed the alleged shooter to have a gun on campus in the first place. The suit names the city of Boston, Boston Public Schools, BPS Superintendent Mary Skipper, and Burke Principal Amilcar Silva as the defendants. The shooting occurred on October 4th, 2022, just before 9:30 a.m. outside of the school. Before shots were fired, the plaintiff was being threatened by the suspected shooter, a juvenile Burke student at the time. Inside the school, according to the report from the Boston Globe, a police officer report said the 18-year-old victim and 16-year-old brother were fighting with the suspected shooter.
Can I ask you a question? You brought the gun to the school to shoot him at school?
Yes.
Oh.
The two brothers walked out of the building to their mother's car, who was picking them up. That's when the suspect allegedly shot at their car, hitting the 18-year-old victim in the stomach twice and the family's car at least twice, according to the lawsuit.
His aim was immaculate.
Yes.
Wow.
Shoot him twice in the belly.
Damn.
According to the reporting from the Globe, a school staff member had the suspect stopped in front of the school before he started shooting at the family. The victim's sister, 3 years old, was also in the car at the time of the shooting. The lawsuit claims that the metal detectors at the Burke weren't on or working properly, allowing the suspected shooter to bring a gun into the school. The complaint also points out that this shooting and failure to detect a gun before entering the school occurred just weeks after a student was stabbed by another student. The defendant's failure to prevent a second violent incident at the same school less than a month later is egregious. The teen was hospitalized for 2 weeks and received ongoing treatment since the shooting because of the gunshot wounds. The lawsuit claims that all 4 plaintiffs have been traumatized by the shooting, with the victim especially scared to attend school. The family is seeking damages to pay for the injuries, emotional distress, and medical expenses. I think they got a good case.
I do too. What is really disturbing to me here is like, young man that was doing the shooting. What did you do? When people go and they shoot people, do they feel like they're gonna get away with it? And just do you not worry about that? Is that something that you just like? I'm just gonna go shoot this dude and then go to the store.
I blame TV.
Yeah.
Because I think that mentality comes from seeing it happen on TV all the time. So you think that you can just come and shoot somebody, wipe the gun down, throw it in the river, and then nobody will find you until you're 68 and you want to confess to your murder.
Desensitized, period.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I do agree. Like, if you have metal detectors in there, if they're not working, what's the point of having them in there?
Right.
And if the metal detectors can't detect a metal gun, what's the point of that being in there?
I didn't even know that people still going to Burke. I remember when the Burke lost its accreditation. Do y'all remember that? When did they get it back?
I do remember that.
When did they get that back?
Caller, you're live. Spark FM Online.
I grew up watching Superman and other superheroes fly around, but the first time I jumped off the couch and landed on my face, I stopped believing in TV.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. Like, I just really don't understand that.
But these kids
so
are
wild
not
to
as
me.
smart. I think that you guys are actually making you guys are making a good point. The kids these days are just not as smart as they were back in the days, where something happening to you might prohibit you from doing something.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you're just seeing it happen over and over and over again. So you're like, I'll take my chances on shooting
they're
this
just
person.
so desensitized. That's so weird. Janet said they lost it for 5 years and they got it back in 2000 or 2001.
And then it ended up with all these problems once again, a stabbing and a shooting within the same month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And why does that only happen at certain schools?
Because the Burke is always one of our friends' children got killed outside of the Burke. So it's really like I don't know that
maybe it's the area. No, because it only happens at the
Burke. Right. No happen at the Stop and Shop. Nothing don't happen at the library.
That's lies. Stuff be happening at something.
What happened at the Stop and Shop? People go in there, crackhead go in there.
Massive cats go in there and steal all the bread and shit.
Right, but they don't be in there
Dorchester High. There's stuff outside of Dorchester High as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of
They don't call it
schools.
Dorchester High anymore, but yeah.
English high school.
There's no. I mean, English was just more sports and aggressive.
No, well, English high, isn't that where the teacher and the student got shot a couple of years back? Remember, both the teacher and the student were outside of the school
I thought that was the Burke too.
after school. Oh, was it the Burke too?
I think that was the Burke.
No, that was a teacher that taught. That was a staffer at English, but it didn't happen at the school. That was you're talking about the pastor that was to have the kids selling drugs and had the other kids.
Oh yeah, remember that one?
Okay.
No, not that's English High. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But that didn't happen at the school. That happened at down Masson Cat Methadone Mile.
Oh.
Right on Pompey Street, right off the mile.
Wow.
On
Okay.
Pompey Street.
I like that
the
name.
name.
I
Me
like
too.
Pompeii. I visited Pompeii and I enjoyed it.
This next story, I'm glad that you called in at this time. Yesterday was a voting day. Go ahead, put in the comment section how many y'all went out and vote. Go ahead, raise your hand.
Please, nobody.
Put a
9%,
fire emoji.
9%.
Bro, what?
9%.
9% of the population here.
So just remember, 9% of the voting population decides what the other 91%, who's going to govern the other 91% of the city.
I would like you guys to know that I am part of that 9%, and I govern what happens here in Boston. I am y'all leader.
Yeah.
You are the governor.
I am the governor, all right?
Thank
Us
you.
9% are the ones who make the rules here.
Yes.
So if you don't trust us, then you need to go out and vote your damn self. But 9%, tell us why.
That was the first. Well, we talked about the low, people only vote when they think it's exciting, when it's on TV, when the news is telling you a million times about the mayor, when it's in the newspaper every day, or when it's a president that has, $300 million to spend on campaign ads. Otherwise, people just check out. They don't care who's going to decide about police funding in the city. They don't care who's going to decide about public safety outside of your schools or housing or equity issues. They say they care, and they say they want change, but they don't vote or actively vote for the people that actually can make that change in their city. So you got to ask them. I don't get how they tie the two together, how they think staying home and staying out of it is going to result in the change they're looking for.
I was seeing some statuses, and there are some people that are like adamant and proud about not voting in these elections.
Always.
That is one thing. And then the other one was that people were just kind of annoyed that we didn't have more candidates to choose from that were worthy of even being candidates in the first place.
Let's get into the story and then go.
Hold on, let's get Tristan has.
Runner.
Oh,
yeah.
So Arroyo and Lara races in controversy PAC 2023 Boston preliminary election. So this was the breaking news all over the place. Last night, Boston voters delivered a stunning rebuke to two incumbent city councilors Tuesday, denying both District 5 Councilor Ricardo Arroyo and District 6 Councilor Kendra Lara the chance to keep their seats later this year. Yeah. Both Arroyo and Lara conceded in their respective races shortly after 9 p.m. after falling short by what seemed to be wide margins. According to the unofficial returns from the Boston Election Department, with 60% of precincts reporting in the District 5 race at 10 p.m., Arroyo had received just 19% of the vote, trailing Enrique Pepin with 41% and Jose Ruiz with 29%. A fourth candidate, Jean-Claude Sannon, was at 10%. I mean, he did better than Jean-Claude Sannon.
Who I've never heard of any of those people.
I mean, to be an
Jean-Claude
incumbent.
is a longtime activist in the Haitian community. This is my personal opinion. I don't want to attach this to spark anybody else. Very good, very solid man in the community. In the Mattapan High Park area.
Okay.
He's run a couple of times, but just hasn't been able to get over the hump, get into the finals, and make a showing. So
we're going to take a quick pause, and we're going to go to the preliminary election results and hear from Ricardo Arroyo on the news.
District 5 in a statement, Arroyo's seat became competitive following a series of scandals, including paying a $3,000 fine for an ethics violation after representing his brother, former councilor Felix Arroyo, in a sexual harassment lawsuit. He also denies sexual assault allegations from over a decade ago. Enrique Pepin will now face Jose Ruiz in the November general election.
Kendra Lara has conceded she's faced scrutiny after a car she was driving crashed into a home in JP. Investigators say she drove an unregistered and unlicensed car at that time. Lara saying in a statement, quote, "When you fight the system, sometimes the system fights back, and today we lost the battle." The top two candidates for District 6 are now Benjamin Weber and William King.
And there are two more races happening tonight in Districts 3 and 7. We have the full results for all four primary elections on our website, NBCBoston.com.
So what was the full, do you have the full results, Mr.
I do. I got them.
Tell us what.
Want to talk about them?
Yes, let's.
Well, before we do that, I just want to because I think this is something I don't want to miss. Mm-hmm. They keep talking about Councilor Arroyo's ethics violation, and I'm not downplaying the ethics violation, but I want to be clear: people are unaware of how many sitting elected officials from the Supreme Court down to a local city councilor can have an ethics violation, and there's different degrees of it. His is because once he became a counselor, he could no longer represent his brother that he previously was representing.
He was
in
already
a lawsuit against the
representing
city.
him before. Okay.
He was representing him before he was elected. Then when he got elected, he had to recuse himself. Either he forgot or his oversight or decided not to. Whatever the case may be, he did not take his name off the paperwork in time. That creates a conflict of interest. You can't sue the city if you're sitting on the city because you have a conflict of interest. That is an ethics violation. Okay, I just don't want people to, because some people think, oh my God, an ethics violation, $3,000, it must have been terrible.
Yeah.
There's probably 24 in Massachusetts alone that have standing ethics violations. The sheriff has like 3 of Suffolk County.
Oh, really?
We got people dying in his custody.
Who, Tompkins?
I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh yes, he do. He sure do got a lot.
So.
I think that I mean all of these things with Arroyo too have been very very shocking things. So he had the ethics violation with his brother. Then there was the other one with Rachel Rollins. And then there was the foolishness with the 17-year-old
the allegations
case.
from his childhood, right?
Which all were so. I think that there was a target against him for a very long while now, I think. And, 2 things can happen. Your family name can either, help propel you in certain ways. And sometimes it might make people feel some type of way, depending on how they feel on any of your family members, just hearing that name, whatever.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so
definitely.
I think that's...
They've always had that saying in that family, that anyone in that family who has run for office will tell you that you inherit half of your father's friends. I think his both the sons use half of your father's friends and all of their enemies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that name cuts.
Yesterday, Tanya Fernandez was up too. How did she fare?
She won pretty handily. So we'll start from District 7. Actually, let's start at District 3 and keep it in numerical order because I got notes, copious notes. So you have Fitzgerald, who was the PAC leader, who got 43% of the votes, which was like 2,777.
This is District 3.
Result.
Who was
This is replacing Frank Baker, and this is parts of Dorchester, from Upham's Corner all the way through Neponset into Ashmont.
How did my girl do? A nice lady.
She
Mary.
finished like third. She's finished third. She's waiting for the count to be officially to come in today. But Joel Richards looks like he's going to finish second and move to the final.
How do we feel about
unless
him?
the numbers drastically change. Well, I'm going to leave it to people to make their own determination. He was previously in District 4 and ran a campaign last year, and then 2 years ago, and then redistricting moved him into District 3. There's a lot of information about him. The challenge he's going to have is Fitzgerald had 43% of the vote, and Richards only had 19% of the vote. Fitzgerald also has the backing of former Mayor Marty Walsh, former sitting city councilor Frank Baker. So it's almost like he's the heir apparent. You know what I mean?
That's who they wanted to go to.
Right. It would take all the other candidates to kind of get behind Richards in unity to actually give him a shot at winning that seat.
Oh, okay.
And the total votes cast in that election that counted were 6,447. I want people to make a note of that. I'll come back to it.
6,000?
That's 6,447. Now in District 5, that we were just talking about, where Ricardo Arroyo is still the sitting councilor until January, Enrique Pepin won with 3,047 votes, which was 40% of the vote. And the second runner-up was Jose Ruiz, who had 2,302 votes, which is 30% of the vote.
I want us to stop for a second. Do you guys hear the numbers that you're saying to us right now?
Whoa.
That
it gets worse.
Okay, keep going, because that's crazy.
So in this race, there's also some mechanics that people should be paying attention to as we go to November. Enrique Pepin, I'm not indicating, but by saying that people are supported by these people that they're puppets of, or that they're not independent voices, but you should just know how the mechanics work in the background. Enrique Pepin is heavily supported by Michelle Wu, who he was a staffer of until he took leave to run for office this summer. So she's supporting Pepin, as well as Tito Jackson and some others. And behind Jose Ruiz, who's a former police officer, he has the backing of, he used to drive for former Mayor Marty Walsh. He has the backing of Frank Baker, Aaron Murphy, and probably the police union, as he is a former cop. So people need to think about, who are these people supporters? What kind of counselor will they be if they're voting for police budgets and things of that nature? How does their leaning, fit into your agenda when you're making those votes? So the total votes in District 5 were 7,539 votes.
So pretty much a
5.
block of street. There was more people, I think, at the Grand on Carnival Day, on Carnival Friday, than people actually voted in the city of Boston.
And these are the strong voting districts in the city of Boston.
With that,
so if we move into the strongest. If we move into the strongest voting district, is District 6, West Roxbury JP.
And this is Kendra
Weber
Laras.
came in first. Yep. Weber came in first with 4,951 votes. He had 42% of that vote. And he's from JP. And King got 4,384 votes, which is 37% of the vote. Now, they're very close, and they're not necessarily, well, they have backers, and people can figure out who their backers are. They don't have the big names.
Are these the ones with the super? Oh no, Enrique had the people with the super PACs opposing him.
What is that?
So this is like large collections of
Ricardo
money.
had the super PAC, the Boston Forward. A super PAC is a group of people that can donate almost unlimited amounts of money as long as they don't coordinate with your campaign. So say, Tony, you were running for office and I got $1 million. I can't talk to you about what I'm going to spend this $1 million for, but we're going to get your prettiest pictures on every billboard in the city, and it's absolutely legal as long as we funnel the money through this PAC.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
So what's going on in that race, though, is a neighborhood beef. Typically, we talked about it yesterday with the battleground. JP would like their own Weber in there, and West Roxbury would like their own King in there. You think about neighborhoods that are a little different. They call it across the pond, which I just learned the other day. Across which side of Jamaica Pond you live on, who's actually going to pay more attention to which side of the district, right? So if the person's from your neighborhood, you assume you might get a little bit better service, or they might be a little bit more in tune to you. So that's going to be a neighborhood beef where a lot of the JP voters pulled away from Laura and went with Weber. Now that race had 11,717 voters.
Oh, they came out.
The biggest, the most voting district ever, only had 11,000 people.
Back, wow. But they've been the highest voting no matter what, no matter whether it's Barack Obama, whether it's Mayor Menino, whether it's Marty Walsh, they are always the top. And West Roxbury specifically is always the highest voting neighborhood, and it's not because they have more people. They have the same amount of voting population. Wow. So, saving 7 for last, the incumbent Tanya Fernandez Anderson, councilor, won handily. She got 57% of the vote with 1,448 votes. Althea Garrison finished second with 521. Roy Owens with 238.
She won?
Kings with 200, and Scott with 71.
So
it'll be Garrison and Fernandez Anderson in the final, and the total for that race,
this is terrible.
2,520 votes.
Carlos, shut your mouth.
The neighborhood that is the second blackest and brownest in the city, that needs the most amount of equity, that needs the most political power. And I'm not putting all the blame on the neighborhood, but the voters did not come out in District 7.
I think
multiple things that affect
Let me tell you, it was yesterday when I went in there, it was so dry that the people inside was just hanging outside because they didn't want to be inside no more. And I think that that's crazy because there was nobody else even pulling up before I left, before I came back. There was nobody there. Nobody ever came. Right. And I think that's 2,520.
You could make the argument that everybody thought the incumbent had it in the bag because she didn't have any strong challenges and it wasn't as big a race as you've heard about in the other seats, right? But that we have to get past that because you still, like when we look at this number, you still realize if you're running for at-large, we have 8 candidates running for at-large on the ballot in November. Where are they going to spend the most time based on these numbers? It's damn sure ain't going to be District 7.
It sure
I'm going to be in District 6 and District 5 and District 3 where they came out 5 times as many people came out to vote.
Wow.
That's how you lose attention. That's how you lose political power. Yeah. That's how you don't get your streets paved, your lights turned on, your parks redone by coming out and voting. So Councilor Fernandez Anderson can't march up to the mayor and say, hey, if you don't go my way, I'm going to turn Oh, a whole 2,000 people against you.
2,000 people against you. Oh, see how it works? That's so crazy. Like, even though she won.
So it's not really a victory. You just won.
Yeah.
It's a victory for her, but the community loses because the community didn't come out and give her the flexing power they needed to give her.
Yeah. And that's how it works it works. Oh, my God, it works like that, don't it? I don't have any real backing, so although I am a city council...
Who am I going to turn against you?
Yeah.
Carlos, is there anything that tells us what the age groups look like? The demographic of the age group?
No, not yet. The next numbers that will come out, I don't know if anyone breaks it down that well, especially not in a short period of time. The next thing you'll be able to see is you'll be able to see ward and precinct, so you'll be able to see exactly what neighborhood and streets came out and which way they voted. But you won't get names. I don't think you'll really get demographics. You don't get you kind of get an idea of just the neighborhood, which way they voted in the neighborhood, and if they voted. They don't really boil it down any more than that.
Wow. I mean, that is sad.
You gotta do better, man.
Yeah, that is sad. And I think I got a great. I don't know if I can. I mean, I don't know, but I think.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say this to the parents, to people that have little ones at home. If you have siblings, if you have nieces and nephews, if you have godkids, if you have anybody that's of voting age, and you are a person of color, please try to instill them. When you go to vote, bring as much people as you can. Try to, when you wake up, try to text as much people as you can. We really have to get our people involved. Two things that we're missing a part of this, that we're missing trying to get in position in Boston. We're missing ownership and we're missing voters. And this is something that the other people that they're killing us with. They're out there. They're making sure that they're fighting for what they want. They're gonna go out there in their numbers. They're letting their kids know how important it is. And we're very naive and we're very ignorant when it comes to voting.
I feel we feel like a little entitled, maybe. Like we don't gotta do it because
I feel like
Massachusetts is progressive and we
I've literally had friends tell me, voting for what? What is that going?
I've seen that.
It's so people are naive and they're ignorant. They just don't want to accept.
My ex-boyfriend told me that I was disrespectful to him and did not respect him because I encouraged him to vote.
I mean, that's just crazy. But I like that PSA, Trish, because I think what people, even with losing Councilor Arroyo, however people feel about him personally, I want to say this because I've watched his work, right? So I'm separating the work out from people's personal feelings about it. He is a very good counselor in terms of his job. Constituent services, returning calls, getting city issues done, but also he has demonstrated an ability to serve black and brown people on their issues.
Right.
And people don't realize because they don't study the history of it, this is the first time you've had a council that is the majority people of color. And the backlashes to that is you're actually 4 seats are turning over. We're going to have 4 new city councilors. So you might not even have that majority going into next year, right? You have a new District 3 councilor, a new District 5 councilor, a new District 6 councilor, and a new at-large councilor. It could hold, but it might not. And even if you do get people of color as the majority, they might not be as progressive as you like. They might be in favor of unlimited police overtime. They might be in favor of keeping kids' names on gang lists. You know, they might not be the equity fighters. So to the people that want more candidates, if you want more candidates, you have to give them a reason. Imagine being in District 7. Why would I run if only 2,000 people coming out to vote?
It don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense.
I
mean, unless you want a quick win, maybe.
Well, I mean,
if you got a little
now
money,
is the time to run.
Yeah, if you got a little money and you want a quick win, then I could buy 2,000 votes, I believe. You know, everybody get a $5.
I mean, we don't need perfect candidates, but I do think you'll always have good people, and you need to encourage good people to run, but you need to be able to put money behind them, and they need to be able to run a solid race. I mean, you know, some of those numbers when I'm saying, you know, the District 7, the last place finisher finished with 71 votes. Like, should you really be in a race if you only can get 71 votes out of 2,500?
Yeah, but I think we also knew that a lot of those people that was running is not running. There was a lot of write-ins in 42 write-ins.
Yeah, the write-ins almost beat the last place finisher. But sometimes we gas the wrong people too. Sometimes we tell our you see it on the internet all the time. Oh, you should run for mayor. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. It costs like $2 million to run for mayor. Don't tell Pookie to run for mayor. You know what I mean? Or you should run for city councilor. Like, okay, but it costs $75,000 to run for councilor, and you need, a year to do it. So make sure you understand what is there if you're going to jump into leadership. It's not an easy thing to do, especially in our communities where we feel a certain way, like we don't have to go out and support those who should be working for us.
I like the comment that you said about donations, because even in those two races with Kendra and Arroyo, they only raised about $3,500 each. Whereas $3,500, like $3,500 compared to their other people who was raising all kind of 29 and 35 and stuff. I can see how you wouldn't be as visible as you should be because you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Now that is a real economic barrier. That's typical for almost all candidates of color, even whether you're in good standing or not. Because we come from more impoverished neighborhoods. We don't have hundreds of dollars. $1,000 is the maximum you can give a year. I don't think I've ever maxed out or given $1,000 to a candidate in a year because I don't think I ever could afford it. Mm-hmm. In other neighborhoods, they can afford it and can invest that $1,000 in a candidate. Mm-hmm. But that's why you have to start a year early so you can maximize those donations, stack your money before you get in a race like a large race that's going to cost you. You have to raise $250,000 for. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. So we have twice the challenge if you're running from a community of color and you don't come from wealth to be able to raise that money because you're asking friends and family. Yeah. And some of our friends got it, but they rather pop bottles than make that donation to your campaign. So it's a lot of different factors going into play on how people get elected.
That's great. That is a very interesting situation there. Is that her campaign? Oh wow. She's not serious.
Locals that don't vote throw their power away.
Yeah, they do. And I believe
this
is true.
And this is where you have the most power is in these races, right? More so than for a governor, more so than for president. You have the most power in the city council, state rep, local race that's neighborhood counted. It was just your neighborhood. He was only against your neighborhood. He wasn't running against Iowa. He wasn't running against New Hampshire. He wasn't running against Swampscott. He wasn't running against, Worcester. You were just running against your neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah. You just had to get your people together. It's all you had to do to get your candidate to win.
That's so
sad. That's where your power is.
Do our churches do anything about voting?
The churches are nonprofit, so they're not supposed to endorse. However, they can create a platform, and they can urge their members to vote. They can do GOTV and remind their members to vote.
They could do like van service, like bus service, and pick everybody up.
Absolutely. They could do nonpartisan transportation to seniors and get people to the polls. Absolutely. There's a lot of nonprofits to get money. No. There's a lot of nonprofits to get money to do it too that didn't encourage. How many signs did y'all see reminding y'all to vote yesterday?
None
a couple
at all.
Billboards,
Honestly,
a couple sandwich boards, and that's it.
Not even that.
No.
Yeah. Terrible. Well, Carlos, thank you for that because this is crazy. I mean, putting things in perspective like that really puts things in perspective. Because 2,000 votes, Julia Mejia, sometimes, I hate it when she says it, but all means all, and she's like the one vote wonder, and now I can see how that would happen because out of 2,000 people, I literally can win by one race, by one vote. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
it happens. I won by 41 votes. It happens.
That's crazy.
Slim margins.
Because people are not out voting. Well, you should have won by more than that, boy. Because I tell you good, boy.
Well, that was my first win. Now I'll take it. I'll take it how it comes.
Okay, I was gonna say, you was good at this job. That boy is good.
But thank y'all for the opportunity. I hope we get to talk more in the next couple of weeks as we lead up to November.
Absolutely.
Because there's a big at-large race, and there's going to be more politics shifting around in the next couple of weeks. We'll see a lot more signs and action.
The vote.
Yeah, we're gonna spark the vote.
Carlos, we need to connect with you so we can do a PSA.
Yeah, PSA. And maybe even a registration party or something like that. We go out and twerk and register.
Let me get my tea so I can get my voiceover voice ready to go.
Let's do the registration party.
November 5th is the day to go involved. Yes. We're going to make it fun. So people can think like, oh, this is what I got to do. I wish more people would want to have more power.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. Like, I wish that there were more people that would be like, yeah, this is what I did. This is what we gonna vote for. This is what we gonna do. This is what we want. Let's stick together, even if it's just our little neighborhood, because I'm pretty sure that we can gather 2,000 people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like in Dorchester alone, just the Caribbean population is like 27%, 27,000 or something like that. So not even the people who, like, imagine if all the Caribbean people, I'm just using them as a whatever, all the Africans or whatever, blah, 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 just got together and rallied behind one. They would literally be able to move this city in whatever way that they wanted to.
I don't know.
Because they have the power to do it. They have the voting numbers to do it, and they can literally get whatever they want accomplished. I mean, it's crazy.
We have people that are of Caribbean descent on the city council. They should be encouraging things like this. Why don't y'all hook up with Unity Plus and have a voting party?
But here's the thing. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Here's the thing. And this is the truth from the inside that no sitting elected official will tell you. I'd rather let 9% of the city be my boss than 91% of the city be my boss.
I see why it would work that way. Me too.
So if you let me, I only have to answer to some of y'all and not all y'all. I'm cool. So the challenge is getting people to understand that even in a race that you win at 2,500 votes come out total, if you can just get 500 people to agree, that block has so much more power than the rest of the people because I can swing 500 people.
Absolutely. It is a no-brainer to me how these things
could. Just math.
Yeah, literally, like 1 + 1 = 2. If the two of us get together, then we control it. Janet wants to know, I think, when did redistricting go into place, and did they waste the vote because we ended up voting for somebody that we didn't care about or something like that? Go to the StreamYard for a second.
The City of Boston has a redistricting page. I actually have it up on my Facebook for those that are my Facebook friends. But it went into effect this year. I don't think some precincts changed, and you might have gotten a different counselor, which I hope the city should have let people know well in advance of Election Day. But people can look it up on the City of Boston .gov elections website, and it'll actually have a grid where you can look up your street and find out what district, what ward, and what precinct you live in, so you know exactly where you should be voting.
All right, I'll find that and I'll put that in the comment section for those of you guys who want to know.
I got it.
Okay, perfect. Again, Carlos, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with the national and world news. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com. The Authentic Caribbean Foundation presents the Rum and Food Festival, Saturday, September 16th at the Roxbury Community College parking lot 1234, Columbus Avenue, Boston, Mass., featuring live performances by Nadine Sutherland, Cashew, and Sean Orlando. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite.com. Live entertainment, free rum punch, arts and craft, Caribbean destination, and tons of delicious Caribbean food to feast on. Music by DJ Matic the Soca King. Featured cocktails of the day, Painkiller, Barbados Surprise, and Planter's Punch. For more information, visit CaribbeanRumFoodFestival.com or AuthenticCaribbeanFoundation.org. Sponsored by Tito's Worldwide and Mass Cultural Council. Get your tickets now for the Rum and Food Festival in Boston, September 16th.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Attention Boston, a new career fair is coming to town to position you for success. The Be the Light Tour is a free job skill event taking place Saturday, September 9th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Boston Seaport. This isn't your average career fair. Come as you are for free professional headshots and free workshops on interview skills and resume writing. Meet local employers and recruiters and enjoy free food and on-site childcare. Plus Chromebooks and gift cards are given away each hour. Register today at insightglobal.com/Be the Light Tour.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Attention, gentlemen. Are you looking for a suit that will make you look sharp and feel confident? Look no further than Allen's Formal Wear, a Boston legacy business. Our expert staff will help you find the perfect suit for any occasion. With a wide selection of colors, styles, and sizes, we have something for everyone. And the best part, our affordable prices won't break the bank. So why settle for a mediocre suit when you can stand out in Allen's Formal Wear? Visit us today at 594 Blue Hill Ave, Dorchester, or allensformalwear.com to book an appointment. Visit us today at 594 Blue Hill Ave, Dorchester, or Allens, ALLANS, formalwear.com to book an appointment. Allens Formal Wear. We are dressing you for success.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chicken man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh. It's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
We are back, and it's time for our world and national news with Miss Tony be knowing, because she be knowing what's going on in the world. What you got for us? Oh, period.
Wow. That was a lot of
All right, here we go. 5 ex-Memphis police officers have been federally indicted in federal court for the death of Tyree Nichols. So they were formally indicted yesterday. Thank goodness for that. And now this can proceed. And I hope they sell all they black asses to jail. All 5 of the former Memphis police officers arrested for the death of Tyree Nichols in late January have now been indicted in federal court for alleged civil rights violations. The indictment from the U.S. Department of Justice names the same 5 officers who were criminally charged in a state case with 4 counts relating to the beating and death of Tyree Nichols. The country watched in horror as Tyree Nichols was kicked, punched, tased, and pepper sprayed. And we all heard Mr. Nichols cry out for his mother and say, "I'm just trying to go home," U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland said in a press conference yesterday.
When I think about that, I still get upset because imagine you being that. Like, I just don't want that to ever happen to my kid. I don't care how old or how young he is. That is terrible. I just want to go home.
I just want to go home. Officers who violate the civil rights of those who they are sworn to protect undermine the public safety, which depends on the community's trust in law enforcement. They dishonor their fellow officers who do their work with integrity every day. The Justice Department will continue to hold accountable officers who betray their oath. I'm sure we'll be watching that. If that trial is televised, I will be in tune and giving you guys updates daily.
Here's the audio from that with the video.
By the state. But senior Justice Department officials believe that the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols was so horrific, they had to step in. So they sought to indict them all for alleged civil rights violations. This morning, the Justice Department is accusing 5 Memphis police officers of using their authority as law enforcement to illegally detain and murder Tyree Nichols in brutal fashion.
The country watched in horror as Mr. Nichols was kicked, punched, tased, and pepper sprayed. We all heard Mr. Nichols cry out for his mother and say, quote, "I'm just trying to go home."
Federal prosecutors claimed that during a traffic stop, not only did police viciously beat Nichols in violation of his civil rights, they were indifferent to his critical injuries, failing to alert emergency dispatchers sending assistance, and failing to report the extent of his beating to paramedics and police supervisors arriving at the scene last January.
Tyree Nichols should be alive today.
And this morning, federal investigators say there's stunning evidence of a brazen cover-up that began at the scene, accusing the officers of altering their police body cameras and of filing false and misleading incident reports. Tuesday, the Nichols family said the wounds of that night are still fresh, demanding justice.
This is a long time coming, and we're so glad that we've reached this point.
And you gotta just stand there and be
not guilty to the state charges.
Normal.
They're expected to do the same for the federal cases. Meanwhile, DOJ has also launched an investigation looking into the enforcement practices of the entire Memphis police force. Lindsay?
Pierre, thank you.
I love Pierre.
Memphis police force, we've heard a lot about them. They just don't seem to get it. And I just don't that's when you got to, defund the police, because they need to be started over.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Breaking news. They caught Cavalcante.
Ay, Dios mío.
Stay 14.
Who they catch?
Cavalcante.
The one who scaled the wall to escape prison. Killed his ex-girlfriend. Ay, Dios mío. That's another ridiculous. That's another case of craziness.
They caught Mr. Cavalcante. This is from CNN. Escaped Pennsylvania killer Danilo Cavalcante was surrounded by tactical teams moments before a police dog subdued him. This was updated at 10:22 a.m. So shortly, just now. Escaped Pennsylvania inmate Danilo Cavalcante is in custody. Pennsylvania State Police announced Wednesday morning, ending a 2-week-long manhunt for the convicted killer that drew hundreds of law enforcement officials to the area and left the surrounding community gripped with fear. This, of course, is day 14. This is a message from Pennsylvania State Police. The search for Danilo Cavalcante is over. The subject is now in custody. A reverse 911 call sent to area residents said. Video from the CNN affiliate KYW shows Cavalcante in handcuffs being escorted into the back of an armored special response team vehicle flanked by more than a dozen law enforcement officials, most carrying rifles. Cavalcante was wearing dark pants and an Eagles hoodie. Officers eventually cut his shirt with scissors and examined the tattoo on his back. So that has happened. Cavalcante has been captured.
Wow. We have the video right here.
Oh, look at him.
Show me.
See.
I want to see it.
Cavalcante.
Well, I don't know why I feel.
I see a SWAT team, which is probably the people
I
who
feel
put
like
them
I'm
into
sad.
I want, like he did, look at him. He was
He
like,
had a
damn
good
it.
run.
He did. He was an awful man, a
He's
terrible,
an awful
terrible
man.
That a
individual.
backpack was found overnight.
Let's go to the front.
That had things in it, clothing items and so on, that may have been his. Is that possibly what spurred them into a certain area? But he has been doing these kind of home invasions and burglaries and garage, siftings, trying to find different outfits to keep changing his appearance.
Wow.
And, our last reporting was he was shirtless. So he clearly has had these stashes while he's hiding out. But you can tell even as he's walking, he's a guy who's worn down.
Well,
he was tired. That's why he got caught. He was tired. It must be very, very overwhelming to be on a national, be the subject of a national manhunt.
It was the movie.
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Yeah, like you have to be tired because you don't get to sleep. You got this every every noise you hear, every move you make, you think it's them coming in on you. So
right, and there must be like a sense of relief.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
put me back.
That's what I told y'all. Y'all be talking about all this running and fighting and stuff when the zombie apocalypse happen. I'm gonna be like, here, bite me real quick. Let's get this over with. I ain't got no time. I'm tired. I'm tired now for the apocalypse. 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 The FDA has sends warnings to CVS, Walgreens, and other companies over janky eye medications, unapproved eye products. So it says the USDA on Monday sent warning letters to CVS, Walgreens, and other companies over manufacturing and marketing of unapproved eye products that agencies say could pose a risk to people who use them. The agency said the products are illegally marketed to treat conditions including conjunctivitis, glaucoma, and cataracts, and some of the warnings cited sterility issues from the products. So you put these things in your eyes, and it renders you sterile. That's awful.
That's terrible that you could get sterile through your eyes.
I can't see you getting me pregnant.
Well, some of these eye drops don't people put eye drops in drinks to knock them out?
They give them diarrhea.
And it does give you diarrhea, and it's poison. It can poison you and kill you slowly. Wow. Popular nasal decongestant doesn't actually. I watched 911. Popular nasal decongestant doesn't actually relieve congestion, FDA advisors say. So the leading decongestant used by millions of Americans looking for relief from a stuffy nose is no better than a dummy pill, according to the government experts who reviewed the latest research for the long-questioned drug ingredient. Advisors for the FDA voted unanimously on Tuesday against the effectiveness of key drug found in popular versions of Sudafed, Dayquil, and other medications stocked on store shelves.
So it don't help you?
It don't help you.
Because them things is expensive anyways. They about $17 a bottle.
Exactly.
Like, golly.
It's so expensive. So if you feeling sick, drink some bush tea. That's
and
what that is.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale. And Vicks.
Yes.
Noni tea.
Do they still remember when that noni juice was real popular?
I used to date a guy. I didn't date him for long. I used to see a young Cape Verdean man who used to sell noni drinks, and I went to his house once.
Did you drink the noni?
I didn't drink the noni. Oh. I didn't. I was too young to be there, so I had to leave there. I remember what I wore too.
What did you wear?
It was. I don't want to talk about it.
What did you wear? What did you wear?
I was being fast. I don't remember what I wore, but I do remember my bra and underwear. No. It was rainbows.
Oh, wow. You was being sexy.
Yes, and I was like, this ain't where I'm supposed to be, so I did leave there. He didn't accomplish anything. But the fact that I was there in the first place and that I remember my bra and underwears is ridiculous. And
at 13?
I wasn't 13. I was about 16.
I remember one day I walked in the rain. I had on a wide leg black pants and a white shirt with a black shirt with a little white collar and them little shoes. Remember them little shoes that people used to wear with the little heel? It was like a heel sneaker.
Yes.
And a Nautica jacket, and I had a little hairstyle.
You was going to be fast?
I went over to the boy's house and he gave me a Jodeci CD. I still love him. I still love him.
Reminiscing on the days
I still love him. We
of
all
fastness.
love him. We all love him. I still love him. I walked in the rain with an umbrella to that boy's house. Anyhow, body cam video shows a Seattle officer joking about a woman who was struck and killed by a car, by a police cruiser, and he said that she had limited value. That's what he said. That's awful. A city watchdog agency is investigating after a body-worn camera captured one Seattle Police Department union leader joking with another following the death of a woman who was struck and killed by a police cruiser as she was crossing the street. Daniel Otter, who is the vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, responded to the January 23rd crash where another officer, Kevin Dave, struck and killed Janavi Kandula, 23, in a crosswalk. Dave was driving 74 miles per hour on the way to an overdose call, and a drug recognition expert was assigned to evaluate whether Dave was impaired. Afterward, Otter left his body-worn camera on as he called Guild President Mike Solon to report what happened. In a recording released by the police department Monday, Otter laughs and suggests that Kandula's life had limited value and the city should just write a check. $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value. That's what he said.
Yo, that's let me see.
The video is right there.
The video. Yeah, I want to hear that's but she is dead. Wow.
This video from a Seattle police officer's body-worn camera captures what sounds like a callous disregard for human life.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead. Oh.
That's the voice of SPD officer Detective Daniel Otterer. It's recorded January 24th, one day after a woman, 23-year-old John V. Kandula, was struck and killed by another officer's squad car while that officer was responding to a call. Kandula was in a crosswalk when she was hit by the patrol car that was going 63 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone.
It does not seem like there's a criminal investigation going on.
In a different portion of the call, the officer appears to be talking about paying off the victim's family, such as a monetary settlement if the family were to sue the department.
No, it's a regular person. Yeah, just write a check. Just, yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Seattle police say the video was flagged by a department employee, say the Office of Police Accountability is now investigating. But that's not blunting the impact for some.
I don't even have the words to describe how I feel.
Wow.
I'm sickened, for one thing. And it's doing a lot of damage.
Victoria Beach works with new Seattle police recruits, says she's hopeful for the future of the department, but is saddened to hear those words.
Somebody died. How do you laugh and joke about something like that? Whether you agree or not, keep your mouth shut if you have comments like that. And especially you're an officer. We don't need you. You're not what Seattle Police Department wants.
As for the officer heard in the video, King 5 has confirmed he's also the vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, the largest law enforcement labor union in the Northwest. The Guild did not return a request for comment.
Again, as a parent, when you listen, you lost the life of your child who you feel is the most valuable person in the world, and to hear these police officers literally making fun of the fact that she died at the hands of another police officer, and you're calling her life what is it, limited value, and that you should just settle for $11,000. Like, do these people not have kids or family or something like that? Like,
they don't have feelings.
And then are you stupid? You're having this conversation in your squad car
He
that
forgot
is
to turn
monitored
off his body camera.
like a jackass. Like, your life has limited value if you can't even remember to turn off your body camera. 99% of eligible voters. Oh, publicly funded elections is
This is an update.
Oh, 9% of eligible voters casted a ballot, and publicly funded elections is a solid idea, in my opinion.
Someone had said up at the top that they should had commented that.
Yeah, but as for this police, I believe that he should be let go. That's not community policing. That is not what the statement reads when they put out these random statements about we respect all the lives of our constituents and la 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 la. You're not following the rules. You need to be fired. Go work at a job go work at somewhere where you don't have to value people.
Where you don't have to value people.
Terrible.
Former NFL wide receiver Mike Williams dies at 36 after a construction site incident. He played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills from 2010 to 2014. He was doing electrical work last month when someone dropped a steel beam on his head. His mother said he initially walked away from the accident, but he complained about headaches and his symptoms worsened. He was hospitalized days later after having lost feeling in his legs and then developed a staph infection. He underwent underwent spinal cord surgery and was put on life support. And he said, if this ever happens to me, pull my plug because I don't want to live like that. Those were his wishes. When he was a football player, he'd already signed the papers, is what his mother said. So at 36 years old, this man is gone. Rest in peace to him. And prayers for his family because that's so awful.
Yeah.
We were hearing about this. Rescuers recover over 2,000 bodies after floods in Libya. Toll from the devastating floods in Libyan city passes 5,100 now. Authorities struggle to get aid in. Search teams combed streets, wrecked buildings, and even the sea for bodies in a devastated eastern Libyan city on Wednesday, where authorities said massive flooding had killed more than 5,100 people, with the toll expected to rise even further.
Sheesh.
That's crazy. 5,100 people.
5,100 people
died in this landslide. The
that
bodies
was
are
more people that went out to vote.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So many more people that even went out to vote.
Exponentially more.
Yep. Bodies are everywhere, inside houses, in the streets, at sea. Wherever you go, you find dead men, women, and children. Entire families had been lost in this Libyan storm. Mediterranean storm Daniel caused deadly flooding in many towns of eastern Libya on Sunday. The worst hit was Derna. 2 dams outside the mountains above the city collapsed, sending floodwaters crashing down the Wadi Derna River and through the city center, sweeping the entire city for blocks. Waves rose as high as 23 feet in the air. And yes, so the search continues for more. It's not a rescue; it's a recovery. So now they're just looking for bodies because.
Yeah. Did they tell you how many how much rain they got?
It does. I didn't.
So they got 8 months of rain.
8 months of rain.
8 months of rain in 24 hours.
Are you kidding me?
What?
What is that?
Months of rain.
So when the dams broke, it just kind of.
What is that even calculate to?
But we've been reporting on these stories all year round.
Yeah, but that's like terrible.
Like last week, in the Midwest of the country got like some crazy thing. Like in 2 hours, they got like 4 months worth of rain and stuff like that. This is gonna get more frequent. This is gonna happen more frequently.
Well, God promised that He would not destroy the world by water again, so that's not what's happening. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. Remains of 2 people killed in the 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center were identified with DNA testing. That was just identified on Monday, which was the anniversary. The remains of the 2 people were the latest positive identification in the decades-long effort to return victims to their families, because a lot of people didn't have anybody to bury. They just had funerals without bodies, so they were able to identify these things. And I'm sure that was what was that for those people? It was, I don't know. Terrible, but also made them be at peace, right? Because they found their loved ones
dead.
No. Shameful. DraftKings slammed over a 9/11 themed promotion. DraftKings
is doing too much and not enough.
Right.
Because, because
Literally.
you are doing a 9/11 promotion theme. That's crazy. What was it?
I
want to see it.
I can't open the story, so I don't know what that was. But then also China mocks the U.S. on 9/11 anniversary with a cartoon. So they had a little cartoon that they made making fun of the U.S. A Chinese state-run news outlet shared a political cartoon on Sunday mocking the United States by invoking the anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. Monday marks the 22nd anniversary, of course. The cartoon is the cartoon, titled Mirrored in Mayhem, was illustrated by artist Chen Zia and features a Statue of Liberty with an uneasy expression and stance staring down at a piece of paper on which it was written 22 years after 9/11. The statue casts a shadow behind it in which bullets can be seen flying and Molotov cocktails being thrown. Beneath them in the shadow is what appears to be the wreckage of buildings, giving off 2 plumes of smoke, evoking the aftermath of the attacks on the Twin Towers. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, I don't even why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
And what was the point of it? That's
what I'm saying. I just don't get what that was. But were you able to pull up the
why was that? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
It can't that doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
It says U.S. continues to export turmoil 22 years after 9/11 is the caption on the picture. What's wrong with China? I don't know.
China.
Huntsville man has been sentenced for child porn and cyber stalking 20 victims on social media.
What?
A Walker County man is facing time in federal prison after admitting to receiving child pornography and cyber stalking several victims, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Cody Nichols pleaded guilty on December 12th. On September 6, 2023, Cody Nichols Bohack. He was sentenced to 121 months. How long is 121 months?
Let me take you.
There's a lot of stories here.
I know, 120. I'm only reading the headlines. In federal prisons. 121. And was ordered to pay
10 years.
$5,170 in restitution to a known victim. In addition, the 25-year-old will serve 10 years on supervised release following the completion of his prison term. So he will serve 10 years on supervised release. So he served 10 years and 10 years of supervised release because he is a pervert.
A nasty one as well. Just nasty and ridiculous.
Yes. Did y'all see the AI robots that were at the Dolphins-Chargers game?
They weren't real robots. Those were people.
Really?
Wait,
those were people and just I already did my research on
what
that.
Is what?
So
what
there
were they
was
doing?
a Dolphins and Chargers game, and there were people wearing fake things that looked like they were robots, and it was just walking around and stuff.
Oh, but they weren't robots?
No, they're actually promoting a movie.
Oh, well, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then in another flood news, 600,000 gallons of red wine flowed through the Portuguese town after spill, triggering environmental warning. That was very appropriate. So they sure kept the wine flowing. Hallelujah. Locals of small town in coastal Portugal were left stunned when a river of red wine flowed through their streets on Sunday after 2 tanks owned by Livera Distillery, which were carrying a whooping 600,000 gallons of booze, suddenly gave way. Video posted online showed the red wine rushing down a steep hill in the small town of São Lourenço de Barrio, home to some 2,000 residents.
I mean, that sucks for them, but if you were smart, then you would sit out there with a small lawn chair with a little glass and sit there and just scoop it up and drink it as it was going down.
In it.
Girl, it's free wine flowing down the town.
I would lay on my belly with a spoon.
Yes, with a straw. Yes.
Who want that?
And slurp it up.
You want that, a little wine. I mean, the way they make wine is by stepping on it and things like that. So what's a little street wine gonna do?
Show the pictures of the wine flowing through the streets. It said
this thing moving.
We are committed to resolving this situation as quickly as possible. It added that the wine-soaked soil at the field has been taken to a special treatment plan. And then to wrap up my national news, I have the 10 most dangerous cities in the U.S. ranked, and the worst will surprise you.
It's Boston, Massachusetts.
Do you think Boston?
No.
I didn't look.
We're
at the
definitely
list.
not making.
So number 1 was Bessemer, Alabama. It topped the 2023 rankings with 33.18 violent crimes per 1,000 population.
You were supposed to go 10, then to go number 1.
Oh, I don't know. It started at 1.
Because they said number 1 will surprise you.
Oh, well, it started at 1. They should have done that. They should have did
that.
They should have did it. Now I got to go upside down and see what happens. Let's see. I can't even find it now. I can't even find it. Number 10.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, Cleveland, Ohio was number 10.
Place.
Alexandria, Louisiana was number 9. Little Rock, Arkansas is 8. Pine Bluff, Arkansas is 7. Birmingham, Alabama, number 6. The crime scene.
Y'all ever heard about the Bluff?
Oaks Bluff?
Oh, the Bluff in Louisiana.
Pine Bluff?
No.
There was a fake documentary on it that they did back in the day.
But this is Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
But it was like they tried, let me see what the name of it. Y'all, somebody in the comment section, let me know. The Bluff. Something about the Bluff in Arkansas, but it's crazy. It's a little hood documentary. Go ahead.
Oh, really? Birmingham, Alabama is number 6. Detroit, Michigan, number 5. Memphis, Tennessee, number 4. Memphis needs to be higher up because they're horrible. Saginaw, Michigan is on there. Monroe, Louisiana. And then number 1, of course, Bessemer, Alabama. Bessemer, Alabama, awful. Residents of America's most volatile town have a 1 in 30 chance of becoming a victim of violent crime. With a population size of around 27,000, Bessemer's crime rate is much higher than other towns with a similar demographic. It ranked particularly badly for physical violence and property crime, along with motor vehicle theft. There's a picture right there of a man holding up a convenience store in Bessemer. It was founded in 1887 by coal magnate Henry de Bardellin. Bessemer became an industrial powerhouse as a center for more ore mining, iron smelting, and the manufacture of iron and coke. What is coke?
And cocaine.
Is it coke or cocaine?
Coke of the cane.
It earned the nickname Marvel City for its rapid growth and development peaked in 1870 and the decline to rail car manufacturing and steel making. Although its industrial portfolio is diversified, all of those things, it's still an awful place to be. And that is the national news.
That is a lot of national news.
Girl, the national news is news.
It is news.
And I'm sure there's a lot of things that I missed, but I'm not gonna go back.
And they ain't gonna get told today.
And the Powerball jackpot is up to $550 million.
Golly. I'm about to play that.
We're gonna have to play that.
We're gonna have to definitely play that.
Yeah.
That's it. You want to go into the entertainment or what?
Yeah, let's go straight into the entertainment.
I forgot that the VMAs were over the weekend.
Oh, yes.
It was last night.
Yeah, last night.
Last night?
Yes, last night. And I heard a
wasn't
lot
there
of people.
something else? Wasn't there another something?
A little something.
Another award show over the weekend?
MTV Music Awards. Don't that usually be Labor Day weekend? I don't know where we at. I don't know where we are or what day it is.
The full VMA winners list, including Taylor Swift and the Stray Kids. I heard Tay Tay racked up.
Good Tay Tay.
I heard Nicki Minaj hosted the whole thing and released some new music from her situation.
Oh, did she?
There's a video there if you want to play it or
I'm
something.
scared that they're gonna flag us.
No, I think it's just mostly talking. The 2023 MTV Video Music Awards started and ended with Taylor Swift. In between the most awarded artists of the night, receiving the Best Pop Award during NSYNC's surprise reunion and winning Video of the Year. The Tuesday broadcast celebrated artists from around the globe, including Shakira, Peso Pluma, Stray Kids, Rima, and Anita.
Get it, Rima. Rima is doing the thing, isn't he?
What Rima sing?
The NSYNC
Baby,
kids
calm
came
down.
back.
Calm down.
You can play this Christmas.
Yeah.
Listen, can you name one Taylor Swift song?
However,
I
one of
gave
the
it
big
like a
moments
red
actually
moon.
was a callback to something that hadn't happened at the VMAs since 2013.
Yeah, that was the year NSYNC reunited as Justin Timberlake received the Vanguard Award. Well, the five guys hit the stage again as rumors swirl of a new song. They presented the Best Pop Award to Taylor Swift. And speaking of the VMA's Lifetime Achievement honor, this year's recipient, Shakira. Wyclef Jean presented it.
Shaki can't be put in a box. She takes Latin music but constantly redefine it. Whatever you think it is, that's not what it is. It's music, beautiful music.
Another winner, Diddy. Joined on stage by his kids, he took home the Global Icon Award. His daughters were beyond proud.
He deserves the world. He deserves this. He deserves everything. We cannot wait.
Oh, and hip-hop was well represented. The 50th anniversary celebrated with a decade-spanning medley. Fat Joe's been blown away by the year-long party.
In New York City, we had like free concerts on every corner. Big artists, Babyface, whoever you name, just touching the street. I'd never seen nothing like that my whole life.
New to the VMAs this year, the Afrobeat category. Nigerian artist Rema and Selena Gomez won with Calm Down. Rema has enjoyed the song's success.
You know, seeing people who don't speak my language sing my song word for word, it's a blessing. It's going.
Now, the show took place despite the ongoing Hollywood strikes. Oscar winner Jared Leto, whose band 30 Seconds to Mars drops a new album Friday, showed his support for those on the picket lines.
I think it's important for people to fight for what's fair, for actors to really stand up and say, hey, this is what's important to us, and we're going to remain committed until we get there. So I support that fully.
Meanwhile, at the show, no one received more support than Swift. She took home 9 awards, including the night's top prize, Video of the Year.
All I have to say tonight is thank you. I'm blown away.
I still don't know none of her songs.
And so also, yet again, for a second straight year, it was a huge night for Taylor Swift. For more of our VMAs coverage, including a full list of winners, head to usatoday.com/entertainment. Here at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey for USA Today.
Oh, he need to be fired.
So winners for Video of the Year was Taylor Swift with Anti-Hero, Republic Records. Artist of the Year went to Taylor Swift yet again. Song of the Year went also to Taylor Swift. Best
Taylor Swift Awards.
Yes, Best New Artist went to Ice Spice.
Oh.
Push Performance of the Year went to Sugar Rush Ride, Bright Music. I don't know who they are. Best Collaboration went to Shakira and Karol G with TQG.
No.
Best Pop went to, again, Taylor Swift with Anti-Hero. Best Hip Hop went to Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, which was a terrible song. Who else was on there? Diddy and Bryson Tiller, Ashanti and Young Miami with Gotta Move On. DJ Khaled, Drake and Lil Baby with Staying Alive. Glorilla and Cardi B with Tomorrow 2, which should have won. Lil Uzi Vert, Just Wanna Rock. Lil Wayne, how come that didn't win?
It should have been between Uzi and Diddy. Gotta Move On. That was Don't Stop.
Metro Boomin and Future, Superhero. Why would Nicki Minaj win for Super Freaky Girl?
I hated that song.
Annoying.
I turn that song off every time it comes on.
Best R&B went to SZA with Shirt. Best Alternative, we don't know those people. Best Rock, Best Latin, Best K-Pop, Best Afrobeats went to, Rima and Selena Gomez. He was up against Arya Starr with Rush, Burna Boy, Davido, Fireboy, La Bianca, and WizKid. And Video for Good, Alicia, the winner went to Dove Cameron.
No.
Best Direction, Best Cinematography, Visual Effects, and blase. And that is it. Basically, Taylor Swift won everything.
Yes.
And I heard Doja Cat had a great performance as
Oh,
well.
did she? Doja Cat's weird.
She's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. Tyrese denies sending disrespectful texts to DJ Envy's wife. Why Tyrese always in some bull crap over some bull crap?
I don't want Tyrese to do that.
Tyrese has refuted DJ Envy's claim that he sent disrespectful texts to his wife and has the receipts to prove his innocence.
Brother, how you got the receipts if Gia came out herself and said that she felt a type of way? It may not have been in the text messages, brother. It may have been in the actual phone call, you idiot.
Oh,
so what happened?
So what is the story?
So, but Tyrese took to Insta. So let's see what happened. During his appearance on The Breakfast Club last week, Envy confronted the Fast and Furious actor for allegedly being out of line towards his wife. One thing that Envy will do is check you on that show about his wife. Who did he do that to before?
He will check everybody on that show. Anybody he could check on the show.
Did he do that before? And they was like, "Nah, I'll tear you up right now." He walked out like a Birdman.
Put some respect on
them
my name.
two fellas, D.
D nice, D yeah, D yeah.
Them.
You're right.
D-Sis and Mira.
Tyrese took to Instagram on Monday to revisit Envy's claiming some of the messages between them and proving he wasn't blocked. "I've lost a lot of sleep since I've been home about a man accusing me of disrespecting his wife," as he said. He began in a 22-minute video. It should have never been 22 minutes. Charlamagne in the background saying,
if you didn't do it?
"What did you say?" I was wondering too. What did you say? So of course the beautiful thing about the iMessage and iCloud gives you an opportunity to recall text messages, and I don't see nothing in the text messages directly into Envy or directly into his wife where I disrespected him or her. He continued, "First of all, I think of all things that hurt me, anybody that knows me knows that I know and been around some of the most beautiful women, girlfriends, baby mamas, wives. It's not even in my character to disrespect any man, especially his wife. And yes, they can milk. Not they, because I don't even know that his wife actually feels this way, but it's okay to milk the psych meds. You said a bunch of ish, you reckless. You know what? I'm still on my apology tour. Y'all seen everything I spoke about it in the interview." I don't know what he's saying, but Tyrese needs to mind, not Tyrese.
So I'm going to
stay out of it.
I'm going to play what Gia said yesterday, which is DJ Envy's wife. She went on The Breakfast Club and she called in and she let us know how she felt specifically. Let me see if we can get the audio from that.
Why don't Tyrese go sing a song on the back of a bus drinking a Coca-Cola?
Because at the same time, I still do have a respect for him. I know that you still do have a respect for him.
Yeah, we'll back this up a little bit.
We know what his expectations. Times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention.
What was the relationship between them?
I didn't give him my time.
This is so they're talking about just conversations.
It got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. And you felt as though lines were being crossed. And,
She's talking to Envy.
there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding.
Right. What was the
my
relationship
time
between
and
her and
my
Tyrese
attention.
that they would even be
Where if
talking?
I
Yeah,
So-
and that he would
give
need
you
to
guys
be
a
demanding.
backstory.
Yeah.
Give you guys backstory. DJ Envy and Gia were in a place in their relationship that wasn't doing too well, and Tyrese
When he was cheating on her all the time.
I don't know.
Or this was
I don't
after
know.
the cheating.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
They just weren't talking or whatever. And Tyrese came in and Tyrese sang a song and got them talking and stuff like that. So that's what she was saying. They were both of them were in debt to him because he helped them get their relationship back on track.
Okay.
My time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset, and let me know what his expectations were of me. And when I started to feel uncomfortable and you started to feel uncomfortable, we took a step back.
Well, what lines were crossed?
And
Because people would be
then-
like, well, what lines did he cross?
I don't really feel comfortable being
Girl, bye.
specific.
King AP Black just really made a really, really good statement here. And he says, man, they need to keep this off the radio. I don't give a F about their relationship. Play some damn music.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. This is stupid.
That
I don't know why they brought it to this show.
Because that sounds like a very personal conversation between
Right.
these people who have a personal relationship with each
you
other.
See, Envy always do light skin shit like
Yeah, I don't like that.
Me
That sounds
either.
stupid.
I'm
And now
sorry.
you're gonna come on the radio to tell us about this situation, but then you don't feel comfortable about telling
And
us
you,
about
as
the
a woman, you
situation?
got to be a little bit smarter. Come on now. That's
Yo.
just this is you sound foolish. They all sound foolish. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Me either. I think
Yeah,
it sounds
it's
very
corny.
immature and very corny.
Yeah.
Finesse 2 times, dumps one of his girlfriends, and seemingly gets another pregnant.
Who's that?
Who is Finesse 2 times?
I don't know, but he keeps coming up in my
Is
time
he?
feed.
Me too. Is he a comedian? Ain't there a comedian? Is he the comedian
Is
one?
he? What is he?
Ain't there a comedian named Finesse?
I only recognize 1, 2 times, and that's Jeff.
Oh, okay. All right.
Finesse 2 times. Finesse 2 times. Let me see what he do. Let me find his Wikipedia. What did Finesse 2 times? Where is Finesse 2 times?
Who is
That's what I want to know.
Finesse 2 times?
Who the guy?
Oh, Ricky Hampton, known professionally as Finesse 2 times, is an American rapper from Memphis, Tennessee, currently
He's a
signed to
rapper.
Atlantic Records. He is noted for his thunderous voice and motivational statements in his songs. His major label debut mixtape 90 Days was released in December.
I don't know who he is.
I don't know the guy.
He, when he was 21, Hampton, nope, I don't know who he is. He's a rapper, though. He's a hip-hop rapper, and he's been assigned to Atlantic, Bread Gang, Mob Ties, Rap-A-Lot, and In the Groove labels.
What is his song?
I don't know.
Just to go find it. Let me see what else I can find. So, anyways,
He is in the headlines a lot.
He's known for having 3 girlfriends. 3 known girlfriends that are always around him and they know about each other. He pretty much is a polyamorous in a polyamorous relationship where he has 3 girlfriends that know each other, and I think that is what propelled people to be interested in him because he had 3 girlfriends. Recently, he dropped one girlfriend because she talked too much or asked too much questions or something like that, or she didn't know her place or something. I don't know.
Have we as human beings become so bored with our own lives that this shit is interesting? Oh my gosh.
BBJ was the girlfriend to be disregarded, while Nia Love is the one who showed off a baby bump and confirmed that Finesse 2 times is indeed the father. He has kids from a previous relationship. Baby daddy, Nia wrote in the comment section of the rapper's post.
Oh, wow.
And he's got a picture with some money and nice looking wives that are pregnant.
Oh, that is, well,
That's
hey,
nice.
good for you.
That is very nice. And last but not least, girl, I don't blame you. Life is too short to be out here aiming small. Think big, bitch. Did you write that or Jelly?
You don't know that? Think big.
I know. That's my favorite saying. You need to think bigger. Think bigger, bitch. Think bigger. I love that. I love that saying. Faith Evans doesn't date men with small penises. That's a turn off.
Oh.
Faith Evans
Didn't Faith just divorce Stevie J and she got mad money to pay him? she should stay away from all penises for a little while.
Faith has revealed that she's not even looking your way if you're not packing the right amount of heat below the belt. The singer got candid about her dating preferences during a recent episode of Marriage or Mirage podcast, not mincing a single word when it comes to what she expected in the bedroom. He's gonna be charming. He's gonna be funny. Who just recently settled her divorce with Stevie J.
Exactly.
His spirit is going to have to resonate that there's God in him, but humor and all of that. It's not about looks. I'm definitely going to look down at the thing, but no, somebody is trying to set me up on a date and I didn't know it, and I don't know what she said. She continued, I was just hanging with my homegirl. Girl, get to the point.
Right.
I don't know.
So what if he has all of those things and then he's not well endowed?
Well, she said, I was just hanging with one of my homegirls and her friend that later on that told me she was trying to hook me up with. And I'm like, girl, I looked down and I was like, no, never would I. I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing. That is a turn off. A little D is an effing turn off. I don't believe in a grower. You got to have something to grow.
All right.
And with that
she
said,
need to grow up.
We will just,
she need to grow.
She need to grow up because at this point I would be talking about my stocks and bonds.
Exactly, Faith.
And I'd be talking about how I got.
62 years old talking about large penises. Girl, get out of here. I'm tired of it.
I mean, you just started emulating clown behavior when you marry a clown.
Right.
So that's residual clown-ish from the clownery.
and a big D clown as it is.
Victoria Vegas said, the smaller the penis, the bigger the bank account. I'll take all the smalls.
Lord.
And it's not the size of the pencil, it's how you write your name.
All right, we out of here, folks.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean.
That is what it is, girl. Moat the oat. So, with that said, we are going to end on that small note. And we'll be back tomorrow bright and early. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
Miami, get ready on Sunday, October the 8th. Get ready for Togetherness, the Boston Invasion, Miami Yacht Cruise. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Unice Promotion and Glenn presents Togetherness Miami Yacht Cruise. It's the Boston Invasion, white and lime green edition. Music's gonna be by Vital Rhythm, DJ Idrin, DJ Alfredo, Selector Q45, DJ Chester, and Tempo Rhythm section from Trinidad. VIP sections are available. It's all aboard the Music Yacht, located at Bayfront Park, 301 Biscayne Boulevard in Miami, Florida. Boarding time is at 5:30 p.m. Departs at 6:30 p.m. Returns at 10:30. Tickets are only $75. And the day of is going to be $85. Purchase your tickets at togetherness.eventbrite.com. This is a 21 plus event. Club IDs required. Contact Unice at 617-719-3972 or Glenn at 508-507-4413 or contact Darling at 786-614-1449. That's right, Miami crew, get ready. It's the Togetherness Miami Yacht Cruise, the Boston Invasion, white and lime green edition. Get your tickets now.
Cannafan's high-profile Bodega Cannabis shop is now serving Boston in 3 locations. Be sure to stop by Dorchester, Rosendale, and Roxbury for the best prices on OZs and J's. Not to mention edibles, carts, concentrates, and more. Download the high-profile app on the App Store or Google Play to keep up to date on Boston's best bundles. Experience the best prices and see how we roll at High Profile Bodega. Visit highprofilecannabis.com for additional details.
Advertise your business, brand, or